Championship Boxing. Our first bout of the evening. It's the flyweights, Miguel Martinez and Eduardo Ramirez, a scheduled 10-rounder. We got Jimmy Lennon set to go for the official introduction of our first bout from Southern California.
Well, fans, here we go. This bout coming your way as a featured attraction scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. And at this time, we present flyweights in action in a 10-round non-title flyweight special attraction. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing black trunks with gold trim, originally from Mexico City, now fighting out of Bell, California, as he represents the Azteca Boxing Club. He weighed in at 114 1/2 pounds with a record of 24 wins and 10 losses. He has one draw with 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Eduardo Ramirez. And his opponent across the ring. On my left, fighting out of the blue corner in this 10-round flyweight special attraction. He is wearing blue trunks with red trim, fighting out of Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. He weighed in at a ready 111 1/2 pounds. His record includes 22 victories, 5 defeats, 1 draw, with 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current NABF flyweight champion, ranked number 15 contender in the world by the WBC. Introducing Miguel Martinez. Referee in charge of this bout now to give instructions, Marty Denkin.
Very talented tape for these two young, aggressive flyweights.
Yes, well, Ramirez came in at 114.5, so he's a couple of pounds heavier than Martinez, but again, very little in it. We know that Martinez is vulnerable, so let's wait and see.
Marty Denkin will be doing the refereeing tonight. Scheduled 10-rounder, as we said, Ramirez in the black with the gold trim, and it's Miguel Martinez in the blue, sky blue with the red trim. As we mentioned before, this was to be for the NABF flyweight title belt held by Martinez, but Ramirez came in this morning at 114.5, and they had to call the title portion of this fight off, so they've gone down to 10 rounds, but it should be a very competitive fight. You weren't really excited when they yanked the NABF title off this card here.
No, I wasn't too happy about it, and I know that Martinez people would prefer to have gone 12 rounds, or prefer to have been for a title fight, because he came in at half a pound under the weight. Mm-hmm. So I'm a bit disappointed that Ramirez didn't try and make the weight, but 2.5 pounds at that weight division is a lot of weight, so maybe he's done the wise thing.
As we said, Martinez is a gentleman who usually puts it all on the line very early in the fight. He either knocks somebody out, or on the opposite end will get knocked out. He won the NABF flyweight title last June of '92 with a 4th round knockout, and then subsequently his last fight he actually lost, but a very talented guy who got thrown in with some real bears when he turned pro. When he was just 16 years of age, he was fighting professionally, and probably learned a lot very early in his career.
Yeah, Hugh, that can either make you or break you, and it's it's very dangerous with a kid to put him in with too heavy an opponent, too good or too classy an opponent early on in his career. Clash of heads there, but as you said, he likes to commit himself. He's very committed in the early rounds, and that sometimes it has worked against him, and he's been chinned and knocked on the floor a few times. So
yeah,
gotta be careful here, because we know that Ramirez can bang. Mm-hmm. Just gotta not commit himself and stick his chin on the line, because he'll end up in the seat of his pants, that's for sure.
The longest fight for Martinez is only 8 rounds. The average fight's about 3 rounds, between 3 and 4 rounds. So this is a gentleman who comes out and tries to get things done very quickly. Ramirez knows that. He also knows, as Barry mentioned, that Martinez is very suspect in the chin area. Does hit the deck occasionally, so Ramirez looking for that opening to land, and that was one of them right there.
Oh, good left hook from Martinez. and maybe that was a reason why Ramirez wasn't so keen to lose that weight. That those extra couple of pounds can make a hell of a difference when you hit a guy on the chin.
Miguel Martinez, a knockout gentleman. 14 of his wins have come in the first or second round. So very quick starter and a quick finisher as well. We'll take a timeout. Continue. Prime Championship Boxing continues from Tony Longval's Country Club after. Welcome back. Round number 2, scheduled 10. Martinez in the blue trunks, Ramirez in the black with the gold trim. Miguel Martinez, as we said, 20 of his 22 wins by KO, and 14 of those within the first 2 rounds. So he is like shot out of a can in the first couple rounds, and after that he sometimes gets in some trouble. Ramirez doubling up on the hook there and trying to be a little more aggressive.
Yes, Martinez was warming up near the end of the first round, really banging and winging and wanted to go after the bell at wrong, but Ramirez has started off quite well in this round.
Martinez, his record, as we mentioned, 22-5-1, but 3 of those losses were back in 1988 when he was just 16 years of age, and he lost to the likes of Johnny Tapia, John Johnson. So certainly a guy who got thrown to the wolves and managed to maintain and continue, and has actually only lost 1 time in the past 3 years. So certainly a flyweight to keep an eye on. And he mentions the name of Michael Carbajal. I guess if you want big bucks at 112 pounds, you got to go 108 pounds. You have to start looking for Michael Carbajal because he holds 2 of the belts there.
That's right. I don't know that he weighs 111 and a half today, and he looks very lean. I don't know that he could ever make 108.
I think he's taken off about everything he could.
I'm afraid so. Clash of heads there.
Michael Carbajal holding the junior flyweight title belt, as we said, 108 pounds, and the IBF and the WBC belts after knocking out Chiquita Gonzalez earlier in the month in Las Vegas. Some people are referring to as already the fight of the year. Some great action in that one.
Good right hand from Martinez, doubled up on the left hand, popped that right hand right down the pipe. He seems to be getting through with more accurate punches.
As we said, Ramirez, on the other hand, has fought a lot more rounds, 290 professional rounds, but his knockout ratio just about 40%. So he'd much rather wear you down and go to the body, as you just saw right there with the left hook than the right. Martinez would like to put you to sleep early in the fight.
Martinez likes to have an early night.
I guess we all try to maintain 111, 112 pounds. I'm sure there's kind of a minor battle there. As your body matures, puts on weight just naturally, and keeping that weight is very tough as he gets older, I'm sure.
Yeah, so that seems to be a constant battle with the lighter weight divisions. They just, especially as a good left hook from Ramirez. He's coming on strong here. He's shaking Martinez, a good right hand there.
Ramirez, as we've said, not a big knockout guy, pretty accurate thus far. And Martinez does get hit, as we saw late here in round number 2. We'll continue with this bout from Tony Longval's Country Club on Prime Championship Boxing after this.
It's college hockey.
Round number 3, Hugh ringside with former featherweight champion of the world, Barry McGuigan. We're at Tony Longval's Country Club in Reseda, California, and this is flyweight action coming your way. It's Miguel Martinez and Eduardo Ramirez, scheduled 10, and Ramirez really started to come on strongly toward the end of round number 2 and has continued the onslaught here in round number 3.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Martinez was certainly looked to be stunned at one stage near the end of the second round there, and Ramirez really fancies his chances here. He's winging away here, and there's no doubt that Martinez does look vulnerable.
Eduardo Ramirez last fought on December 27th of 92, a 12-round decision over Miguel Mercedes to win the IBC championship belt. He has fought just 1 time in this country, this being the 2nd time. That was in Nevada, now tonight here in Reseda, which is just a little bit outside Los Angeles proper.
Yeah, he's coming on top of Martinez. Martinez is now backing up, and he's not a defensive fighter. He prefers to come forward. He prefers to be an on-top fighter. And Ramirez is.
You know that added 2 pounds, as we mentioned, at weigh-in. It comes down to 3 pounds because Martinez came in at 111.5 and Ramirez 114. 3 pounds at this weight class is a lot of weight.
Yes, indeed, it makes a big difference.
They called off the championship bout because, as we said, Ramirez was over that weight, the 112 limit for flyweights.
Yes, and although Ramirez does look a bit, solid and shorter, he has a good defensive technique. He keeps his rolling his head, and he's not taking the sting of these shots from Martinez at the moment. He's pulling his head back and getting his head down and switching his position, so he's not getting nailed too much.
And Martinez is certainly taking more shots here, as we said. He started to pick up the action.
Yeah, he doesn't get forced back. He's just he's been backed up here, and he's not handling it too well. Good right hand from him, nonetheless. Good shot.
Martinez just snapping back a couple shots and then getting one from Ramirez. Round number 3 inside 30 seconds. A fast-paced bout. Both gentlemen have carried themselves very well. 23-year-old Eduardo Ramirez and 21-year-old Miguel Martinez. Miquito Martinez. Big shots by Ramirez in.
Yeah, this is nip and tuck all the way.
Good round for the names out. Big shots by Martinez and blocks Ramirez. We're coming to a close on round number 3. We'll continue with great action after this.
This is the machine. You've seen it. Thousands have been sold. It's the Double Burner. 2 great aerobic workouts in one great machine. Step up to smoother thighs and a firmer buttocks. Cross-country ski your way to higher energy and a shapelier body. Just 20 minutes of the Double Burner 3 times a week puts you back in the game. Boost your metabolism so you burn more calories and look trimmer. Thousands of Double Burners have been sold to people just like you, and they're looking and feeling livelier than ever. That's a new and improved slimmer you. 2 great exercisers, 1 great machine for 1 great you. And the Double Burner can be yours for just 3 $43 payments. Thousands of satisfied customers can't be wrong. Don't wait. Have your credit card ready and call now for rush delivery.
Don't send any money. Just call 1-800-257-7979. We'll bill your credit card 3 monthly payments of only $43 plus shipping and handling. To order your Double Burner, call 1-800-257-7979.
Action from round number 3 very quickly. Some
good attack from Martinez just near the end of it. Look at that left hand. Bang. Long left hook.
Just as we thought Ramirez was starting to turn it tide here, Martinez lands a couple big shots and might have not stolen that round, but certainly held his own with that barrage late.
Yes, it's always impressive to finish a round strong. Catches the judge's eye.
You know, Miguel Martinez, known as the knockout guy here, 90% knockout ratio, has only been in the 4th round some 6 times in his pro career. So, as we said, he's a guy who does like to turn it on early and turn out the lights early and then go home. Ramirez is a guy who goes a lot deeper into the fight. So, as this one wears on, you might feel that the stamina and experience of Ramirez might come into play.
That's exactly right. If if Ramirez gets over this round, he certainly has a psychological advantage over Martinez, and he'll be concerned about having to go the distance. And Ramirez is a very tough kid, very strong, and good technique, and he's winging those shots in, and he's a durable, tough guy.
He was 92-4 as an amateur down in Mexico, so he comes with some nice credentials. As we said, only fought 1 time thus far as a professional in the States, this now being his 2nd time. But there is some movement at 108 and 112 in boxing, and they say as the heavyweight division goes, so goes boxing. But when you want some real terrific action, you go to these lighter weight classes. Continuous action.
Well, you always get value for money with the Mexicans in flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight divisions. And these guys have just proven us right here. They're giving value for money. It's exciting stuff. And we say that Ramirez hasn't fought outside. Good action here. Martinez coming on strong.
Big combination for Martinez. He keeps the pressure on when he starts zeroing in. He won the NABF flyweight title against Henry Lopez back June of '92. This was the 4th round knockout. It started much like this, some good combinations to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, he seemed like he stunned Ramirez there, but he's a strong guy and he's coming back again, winging away with that right hand. As I said to you before, Ramirez hasn't fought outside of Mexico. The ring's the same in Mexico as it is in the United States. And your opponents in front of you just winging away. It makes no difference. A good crowd here. They appreciate both guys. So there's no crowd favoritism.
Ramirez does fight out of Orange County, about an hour away from here, with the Azteca boxing crew out of Bell, California. So he has a little more local flavor, but thus far the crowd has not really turned for anybody. Just some good action. Martinez trying to finish with a flurry again.
Yeah, good shots from Martinez near the end in this round, and certainly looked like he had
some really nice action again.
Sixes and sevens out. Good accurate stuff.
Here's Abe Sanchez, who currently works the corner there for Miguel Martinez. He also, of course, formerly worked the corner of the WBC Super Welterweight champion, terrible Terry Norris, and still does work the corner of Orland Norris. So he very happy with Martinez. And he also told me this morning he felt Martinez was training a little harder. Sometimes Miguel doesn't take training as seriously as he should. And thinking this was indeed a title fight, he said Martinez was very serious in the training areas this past month and a half.
Yes, well, he hasn't gone over 4 rounds. He'll need to be in condition for this one. Some great action in this round, in particular from Martinez, but he got nailed with a good right hand there. He takes a shot, despite the fact that patchy record of being stopped early on.
Round number 5. This is a scheduled 10-rounder. Miguel Maquito Martinez and Eduardo Coronito Ramirez. Coronito means Korean.
Yeah, he looks slightly Asian. He's got an Asian type eyes. So it's probably a reason he's called Korean.
Coronito. Come on, Coronito. If you're going to come to the stage, you got to get into this stuff,
Give me a chance here.
Round number 5, and it's a very evenly, at least from our viewpoint here, we are level with this ring. Unique here at the Country Club, as most of the times when you do a broadcast, you are below the ring and ringside. Here you are on actually the stage level, so we're looking almost eye to eye with these fighters.
Yeah, it's
big right hand.
Good right hand from Martinez, but Ramirez is coming back there, and watch what happens when Martinez goes on the outside. He uses that jab, and when he comes out from a combination, Ramirez comes winging back with that right hand, so he's got to be careful. But he was doing the better striking in the last round, and he seemed to have hurt Ramirez with a couple of clean, straight punches. Oh, it's badly bleeding nose now.
So big right hands, and there's
Ramirez's nose has just started pouring blood. There's those straight right hands right down the pipe, and he's been nailing Ramirez for the last 4 minutes right on the button, so it's just started to pour blood. In fact, he's cut around the ear. It looks like
there's a cut of the ear and there's the nose, and there's so much of it right now, although he's coming back gallantly and landing some nice combinations, but certainly Martinez has turned up the intensity level, at least from what we can see here, as he's going pot-shotting on the face right now.
You see what Martinez is doing? You can see his mouth is gaping open. He's gulping in big mouthfuls of air. Sure way of getting your jaw broken.
Keep it shut. Some blood here in round number 5. We believe it's coming from the nose and the left side of Eduardo Ramirez's face. And maybe the ear, you said, Barry?
Yeah, it looks like the ear is a lot of blood around his left ear, and it looks like it's coming from his nose too, but all of a sudden he looks like a butcher's block.
Yeah, it's definitely the left ear right now, which is pouring some blood.
Yes, but he looks a bit tired here, and he looks hurt.
Overhand
Martinez
right, not much.
Beginning to take over, I think. Dare I say it.
Inside 20 seconds of round number 5, a good round for the man in the Carolina blue boxing trunks, Miguel Maquito Martinez. Good action. We'll take a timeout, continue with great boxing from Reseda after this.
Now, Sports Illustrated brings you all the thrills of the Cowboys super season. Are the champions. Sports Illustrated gives you the great moments yet to come. Nobody's into sports like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
into the back nine of this 10-rounder here. It's the flyweights, Miguel Martinez and Eduardo Ramirez, who, as we can see a little closer here from our vantage point, cut in the left ear and possibly the nose as we get a look at the crew. Azteca, an extended break here. Marty Dankin maybe giving some people a little extra time to clean up Ramirez. We're now into the 92nd. It's supposed to be 60, and
Ramirez didn't look too good at the end of that round. He blood all over his face and was taking a pounding. So Martinez did take over big time in that round. And see, can he pick it up here and see, can he finish Ramirez? This guy's a tough cookie. Ramirez has turned out to be very solid, very strong.
Yeah, very, very tough for Ramirez. And as we said, Miguel Martinez is being far more accurate with a lot of his shots.
Yeah, his accuracy is paying off here. He's stuck resolute to his job, and he's picked these shots very carefully, and he's starting to take over now. His straight, accurate punches, he's just getting them off, and he's honing in on the target, banging the body up now too. He looks the more purposeful and stronger of the two.
Yeah, Ramirez has pretty much lost that strength he exhibited earlier, but he just kept on coming. Now he's taking shots and not coming forward anymore.
Yes, Martinez firmly in the driving seat.
Nice body work by Miguel Martinez. As we said, come into this fight with 22 wins and 5 defeats, but many of those defeats early on in his career when he was 16 and 17, and his handlers threw him to the wolves, and he paid the price, but certainly the experience has paid off. The NABF flyweight champion and looking for bigger game in the coming months in that weight class, and maybe below and just a little bit above.
You can actually see that Ramirez is starting to get a wee bit predictable. His punches are a wee bit slow and a bit predictable, and Martinez can see them coming. Mind you, he's still a strong kid, so he's still in this fight. Wow, good right hand and a good left hook from Ramirez. Just when we thought that Martinez was taking over.
Martinez is very, as we said before, not a hard target, and Ramirez is fighting out with some big overhand rights and landing them. We're trying to find if there's some blood below the left eye of Martinez. We don't know if that's from the ear of Ramirez. That's the question.
There's a lot of blood around, so it could well be from Ramirez's face. In fact, it very much looks like that.
Round number 6, 10-rounder flies. 111.5 is Miguel Martinez, and this morning Eduardo Ramirez rolled in at 114.5.
Yeah, it looks like there's blood around Martinez's right eye, and it's above the eye too, so it's a bad place to get cut. And this is
so both fighters have been bloodied here.
Fight, yeah. Round
number 5 for Ramirez, and Martinez now has suffered a cut over the right eye. Round number 6. Once again, Martinez trying to finish with a flourish. We'll take a timeout. We'll check back with more boxing on Prime after this.
Wow.
It's Coors Light's Getaway Giveaway. Getaway, far away, hide away, this away, take away, that away. Coors Light Getaway Giveaway. Now you got a way to get away. Coors Light's Getaway Giveaway. Win away to paradise on a Windjammer barefoot cruise. Just look for this display to win. Then get away with Silver Bullet Smooth Coors Light, the right beer now. Win away, right away, Coors Light, get away, give away. Now we got a way to get away. Wake on!
Celebrate 25 years of American rock and roll.
Just take those old records on the shelf.
With Bob Seger. All Bob Seger compact discs and cassettes are now specially priced.
Yeah, Ramirez finished very strong in the end of the last round. Winged away. What's this attack here? Look, he's just smacking away here at Martinez. Just when it looked like Martinez was taking over. So Martinez finished that round with a cut above his right eye and looking.
The most important guy here in this fight could be his cornerman, Abe Sanchez, working very seriously on the cut over that eye between rounds number 6 and 7. And suddenly Ramirez has gotten a surge of life in the legs and the shoulders and the punches, because he has really come on very strongly. Midway through the 6th round, we thought Martinez was really in control, and then Ramirez came out of nowhere to take control.
Absolutely. When the sight of blood can spur on a fighter and give him a new lease of life. And referee Marty Jenkins took a long look at Martinez's cut eye in between rounds there. So there's no doubt about it. It's a nasty one. Martinez has thrown a lot of punches, and has he punched himself out? We have to wait and see.
As we said, he's only been 8 rounds once in his career. This is round number 7. He seldom gets to this point in the fight, and we said Ramirez has gone 10 or more rounds. I believe the stat is 16 times. So certainly an advantage for the gentleman in the black trunks with the gold trim right now. He has the experience deep into fights.
And that cut eye is starting to bleed again heavily, and Ramirez is, he's winning this round. He's forcing the fight, pushing Martinez back and bombing away.
Nice
Good left hook from Martinez.
Very nice. Midway through round number 7, Martinez trying to get that combinations going again. The uppercut just grazing the face of Ramirez.
Boy, these guys can bang for flyweights, I can tell you.
1 minute mark of round number 7, and both fighters are drawing blood in rounds 5 and 6. Thus far, it's been a pretty evenly scored, at least from this table. Nice hook. Beating Martinez with a punch was Ramirez with that left hook.
Yes, he's swinging to and fro this fight. Martinez landed one solid right hand or solid left hook there, and he's forcing Ramirez back and just banging away. So he's now taking the initiative.
Both fighters looking a little weary here in round number 7. Not as sharp as they had in the first 6.
The pace is slowed, but they've right hand from Ramirez. Cracking shot.
Martinez trying to finish with a flurry, as he's done in about 4 of the previous 6 rounds, trying to maybe steal it last couple seconds. Inside 10, round number 7. Abe Sanchez quickly sits down his fighter, Miguel Martinez, and goes to work with the Q-tip. And what are they going to be doing there, Barry?
Yeah, well, what they do is they dip the only solution they're allowed in the corner is adrenaline. So they dip that swab in the adrenaline, drive the cut, get the adrenaline into the cut, open it up, squeeze it tight on either side of it, just hold it there for as long as they can. And what they normally do is just before the end of the round, they'll swab some Vaz. That's a nasty looking cut. Some great attacks here in this round from both fighters. Look at that for a right hand from Ramirez, right on the button. Wow, what a shot.
There's a look at the right eye of Miguel Martinez, and Abe Sanchez giving him the last words of wisdom as he heads out for round number 8. They do a nice job on that cut in between rounds. Abe, very Abel. They call him Abel Sanchez.
Abel by name and Abel by nature.
Round number 8. Miguel Martinez and Abe is his trainer. It is Eduardo Ramirez. And this has been a fight which has been very, very tough to score. Both fighters have had very strong rounds. Both fighters have now been cut.
Yes, no doubt that Martinez is cut as much worse and in a much more dangerous place. And that spurred on Ramirez, and this fight is still very close, and there's very little between these rounds. It'll be interesting to see what way the judges mark them, but there's give and take, and there's nothing in this. I don't know about you, Hugh, but they're very close indeed.
Miguel Martinez has gone 8 rounds just one time, and that was against Machi Maldonado back in September of 1990. So after this, he is definitely going into uncharted waters. He does still appear to have punching power, though.
Yes, he's
obviously in very good shape.
Still springing in his feet, and this fight has been followed at fantastic pace. So he's in real condition. He wouldn't have been able to go this far at this cracking pace had he not been. So You know, he'll need to put in lots and lots of road work and lots of miles on the road and lots of sparring to be able to continue at this pace for the remainder of the fight.
We mentioned earlier that this fight was scheduled for 12 for the flyweight title.
Martinez complaining about a clash of heads there, stopped the action and pointed to the referee, and Ramirez just rightly banged away at him. Oh, right hand again from Ramirez.
Ramirez zeroing in with that right hand. Martinez trying to get those combinations flowing like he often does, and that right eye going to give him some sight problems here in the last minute of round number 8. They clash heads again. And Martinez, I think, contends that that cut is a result of one of the many clashes in this fight. We might have seen that in round number 7 when they did clash heads a couple times.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say. It's difficult to say with a fight that's fought at such close quarters, whether it was a head or whether it was a punch, but there was certainly a lot of good punches delivered from Ramirez. Maybe it's an injustice to say that it was caused by the head, but it could very well have been.
Very evenly fight. Inside 30 seconds. Table A ringside with a Barry McGuigan, and
referee's warning him now for hitting with the elbow. Crowd don't like
Marty
it.
Denkin coming in and restoring order as only he can do. Mr. Law and Order, I've been told. Okay, inside 10. Round number 8 coming to the conclusion. We'll continue after this.
What does it mean when we say nobody plays the NBA like TNT?
Welcome back. Round number 9. The last 6 minutes of this one. The flyweights, Eduardo Ramirez and Miguel Martinez, have gone toe-to-toe for 24 minutes. They got 6 minutes to go, and both between the 6th and 7th round and now the 8th and 9th, they've been inexplicably a little longer than the regulated 60 seconds. Maybe they're trying to help the truck out back there. I don't know. Round number 9. All right.
Yeah, the pace hasn't slackened here. These guys have fought at a cracking pace continually through this. They took one rest, I think it was the 5th round, and they've just picked it up again.
You have Ramirez now slightly ahead, about a point or two on your card, Barry?
I have actually Martinez ever so slightly ahead.
Martinez, okay. Although Ramirez has won probably 2 of the last 3 rounds, Miguel Martinez is very, very sharp in the first 5, as he often is, and just getting cut above that right eye. It's been Ramirez looking just a little bit.
Yeah, he got a second wind and he just poured it on. But these rounds are very close, and it's very difficult to pick a winner at this stage.
Right hand, and both fighters trading rights at center ring. There have been no knockdowns, no 8 counts, nothing of that nature in this fight. Although both fighters have been stunned by the other one, neither has really been in serious trouble in the first 8+ rounds. As I say that, Martinez almost loses his foot.
Yeah, well, out of the 2 of them, I think the one that's been shaken most of all at one time or another was Ramirez. So for that very reason, I have Martinez ever so slightly ahead.
There goes his mouthpiece. Marty Denkin will call time. He'll squirt that one off, hand it over to Abe Sanchez.
Yeah, she's giving him a warning, Marty Denkin. He says, do that again, son, and you get a public warning.
Keep your mouth. Martinez comes out of the corner throwing a big overhand right. Once again, some clashing of heads there again.
I mean, it's almost impossible to judge who's winning in rounds like this when both guys are sort of hitting each other with an equal amount of punches. But you just have to say, in this round in particular, Martinez is looking a little bit more assertive. He's forcing Ramirez to fight on the retreat.
Which is surprising because, as we said, Ramirez has been to this point about 16 times in his professional career, and Martinez has been here just once. This is it. He's making his debut in the 9th round.
And blood pouring down Martinez's right cheek. It's a bad-looking cut.
Yes, very, very dangerous cut there.
At least half a dozen stitches it's going to take to sew that one up.
A very good round for the man in the sky blue trunks. That's Miguel Martinez. Inside 10, round number 9. A low blow there. Good left. Rocks the head of Eduardo Ramirez.
Yes, that's Martinez's round. He's ever so slightly ahead now going into the last round. He's a very close fight.
As we get a look into the corner of Eduardo Ramirez, he is currently managed by Art Mora and George Flores, and trainer is George Flores. Flooding out of the Azteca gym. We check in now. The real work is done by Abe Sanchez over the right eye of Miguel Martinez. And they put the adrenaline in there, and how badly does that hurt from the stinging standpoint?
Well, I mean, your adrenaline is so, your own adrenaline is so high, you're so keyed up, you don't feel any pain until about an hour or two after the fight. Abe Sanchez has done an excellent job. That's a very nasty cut. Look at that, that's gaping wide open, and he's used the swab very well. Here we go, round 10.
Round number 10, Marty Dank will have the two combatants touch gloves at center ring, and they'll go at it for the next 3 minutes for see who's going to come out on top in this one. Ramirez comes out very quickly and throws a wild left hook that then goes downstairs. A strong round by Martinez would, I think, probably get the nod from the judges. Strange things happen.
He has to finish on top here. He is ahead. I've got him ahead, but you know, Ramirez landing punches like that can come back and steal this round and make it all even. So.
Good fighting in round number 10. They both obviously know that the judges will be looking very closely at this round for the decision. 23-year-old Eduardo Ramirez, 21-year-old Miguel Martinez, going at it like two veterans that they are. Both have fought over 70 times combined.
This is really good stuff, and they not want fights like this anymore, I can tell you.
These kind of fights take a lot out of you.
I bet you. Fights like this can make an old man.
Ramirez coming on very strongly with a nice right and then the left. And
right hand.
Martinez answering with the big right. Inside a minute and a half, halfway through round number 10, the 10th and final round. No knockdowns, no 8 counts. Looks like this baby's going to the judges at ringside.
It's going right down to the wire here. This is a great fight. Two very well. Oh, beautiful right uppercut from Martinez. Beautiful shot.
Why Martinez didn't follow it up, because it looked like Ramirez might have been on his last legs.
Too tired.
Yeah.
He's put a lot into it.
The mind wanted to, but the body didn't. Big shot by Martinez, and had Ramirez stumbling around here momentarily.
Tremendous contest. These two young men, they really poured their hearts and soul into this one.
Martinez continues the offensive onslaught. Ramirez has just not been effective the last couple rounds, and that could go against him on the judges' scorecard.
Yes, Ramirez is slowed, and Martinez is he's just stolen his last 2 rounds in particular with a cleaner, more striking and more devastating punches.
Just when you think you figure out a fighter like Miguel Martinez, that you figure he has to get things done early in the fight, he comes on strongly in rounds 9 and 10. Certainly a strong statement by him.
There's nothing wrong with his stamina. It is the last 10 seconds of the last round, and it's been fought non-stop.
Great action. Round number 10 coming to a fitting, action-packed conclusion. That will do it. 30 minutes of boxing. Miguel Martinez, Eduardo Ramirez. This will go over to the judges at ringside. Your card on this one, Martinez by a couple points?
I have Martinez a round ahead. I've got Martinez on the safe side. I have him 2 rounds ahead, but I'll say 1 round. I've got him.
You're not going to hedge on us here, are you, Barry?
No,
all right.
Definitely.
As we get a look at the surgeon, Abe Sanchez, doing a job on Miguel Martinez, we will take a timeout. We'll come back with the judges' scorecard as we continue Prime Championship Boxing from Tony Longval's Country Club in Reseda Country Club in Reseda, California after this. Welcome back. ringside, Hugh Millay along with former featherweight champion, Ireland's best, Barry McGuigan, and we have now looking over to the judges as they wrap up the scoring on this terrific 10-round battle between Miguel Martinez, as you can look at him, Miquito, going toe-to-toe with that man, Eduardo Ramirez, for a very tough 30 minutes of boxing. And Jimmy Lennon Jr. has the official tally from the judges at ringside.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we have a split decision, and here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Patrick Russell, scores the bout 97-93 in favor of Miguel Martinez. Judge at ringside, Guanadere, scores the bout 96-94 in favor of Eduardo Ramirez. And judge at ringside, Robert Bird, scores the bout 99-90 in favor of the winner, Miguel Martinez.
Wow. That was a close one.
The disparity in the judges, Pat Russell 97-93, Guanadere 96-94 for Eduardo Ramirez.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's always a vantage point. And then Robert Bird 99-90. You really like Miguel Martinez. As we said, it's oftentimes where the judges are sitting at ringside at their vantage point, and that's all they can offer as we get the hand raised by Marty Dankin. There is Miquito from Tijuana. We'll take a timeout. We'll continue our main events. Our boxing continues on Prime Championship Boxing. Big boys coming your way. It'll be Lionel Butler and Craig Payne, a scheduled 10-rounder from